Hi, it's Jimmy Nguyen, founding president of Bitcoin Association, and welcome to another episode of the Bitcoin Vision, your updates on developments in the Bitcoin SV ecosystem. Bitcoin SV is rebirth of the original Bitcoin, finally unlocking the true power of Bitcoin's original design, protocol, and Satoshi vision. As always, there's so much happening in the ecosystem, so stay tuned and you'll learn all about the Bitcoin SV node implementations update version 0.2.0, the latest on the scaling test network and gigabyte-sized blocks, the new open BSV license, some news from our friends at Kria in Slovenia, a development firm, and DragonHack, and finally, Dr. Craig S. Wright and copyright. It's all the rage. So stay tuned and you'll learn so much more about Bitcoin SV and the Satoshi vision. Let's begin with news from the Bitcoin SV node implementation. That's the client software which is run on the Bitcoin SV network. On May 20th, its latest update, version 0.2.0, was released. This new update helps stay on target for Bitcoin SV's goal of massive scaling of the Bitcoin blockchain, just like Satoshi Nakamoto always envisioned. This new version prepares BSV for what's called the Quasar protocol upgrade, which is scheduled for July 24th, 2019. That will increase the default maximum acceptable block size from its current 128 megabytes to 2 gigabytes or 2,000 megabytes. That's big, because you know, I like big blocks and I cannot lie. It also delivers a new API to support mining these new massive blocks, ensuring everything goes smoothly as BSV continues towards its mission of unlimited scaling capacity. The Bitcoin SV node team wrote about this on the bitcoinsv.io website, stating, "The release has been managed using the team's enterprise-class development, release, and quality assurance processes, providing additional assurance of the quality of the software delivered." Well, I can't wait, and I know many members of the BSV community can't wait as well for Quasar in July. But meanwhile, version 0.2.0 is out. Check it out as we continue the path to the Satoshi vision. Next, let's move to the Bitcoin SV scaling test network. With version 0.2.0 of the node implementation release, the team behind the Bitcoin SV scaling test network got straight to work to test these new limits of the BSV blockchain. On May 21st, they ran a stress test, and the scaling test network saw its record for maximum mined block size broken not just once, not just twice, but a whopping 8 times. In fact, the test ended with a staggering 1.42 gigabyte sized block that was mined that contained over 350,000 individual transactions. Brad Christensen, who is the operations manager for the scaling test network, thanked the whole team, including Steve Shatters and Daniel Connolly, for their world-class coding and quality assurance work. With block sizes this big, transaction fees collected will be more rewarding than the initial block reward. Steve Shatters, who is Bitcoin SV Node's technical director, had this to say: "For me, the most exciting metric captured in this test is the block transaction fees. For the first time ever, we have seen a block where the transaction fees collected exceeded the block reward. This means Bitcoin is finally becoming the Bitcoin that Satoshi envisioned, driven and incentivized by transaction fees. We are entering a new paradigm, not only with the advent of data use cases, but also in the fee-driven behavior of miners." That's really exciting, and it's just the next step on the road to massive scaling, high volumes of transactions, higher transaction fees for miners, and the true Satoshi vision. How about a license for BSV? It's the Open BSV license. This is a new resource provided by Bitcoin Association and available at the bitcoinassociation.net website. It's a modified version of the MIT open source license, and it's intended for developers, projects, and companies who want to make their software or applications available for free usage, but only on the Bitcoin SV blockchain. If you want your innovative work to be used only on the BSV blockchain, check it out and feel free to use this open BSV license. If you love Neon and time, you'll love Neon Genesis. It's a topologically ordered Bitcoin database. It comes to us from Unwriter, that prolific yet mysterious and unknown developer who's behind so many amazing tools that are advancing BSV usage for everyone. Unwriter unveiled Neon Genesis. It's a new database for BSV that's powered by Planaria. It's a fork of Genesis, but with a key difference. Unwriter explained in a Medium post that Neon Genesis uses the fact that blocks are transactions and are stored in the order in which they were discovered by the node which mined the block. Neon Genesis allows users to get access to relative time within a block. This means that users can use this tool to create social media apps, feeds, logs, or any other application that must deal with real-world time. Time and blockchain. Time chain with Neon Genesis. Check it out. How about a dragon hack? Bitcoin SV is of course known for its famed dragon logo, which represents the Bitcoin SV node implementation. We also like hackathons, as Bitcoin Association recently ran its first ever BSV hackathon. Well, recently there was another hackathon in Slovenia, the Eastern European country, at a university actually. It was sponsored by Kria. Kria is a technology development company that focuses on advanced and demanding projects in the fields of IT and business processes. Kria actually provides development support to the Bitcoin SV node team and other end-chain projects and is supportive of BSV. It sponsored this hackathon, which had 120 developers entered, and the winning team won the Best Bitcoin Hack Award. In just 24 hours, that winning team managed to develop a solution to capture video from security cameras and post the video to the BSV blockchain as valid and immutable evidence. Security and the blockchain combined to win the dragon hack. And now it's time for this episode's Satoshi Shoutout. This is a very special Satoshi Shoutout because it goes to Satoshi Nakamoto himself, Dr. Craig S. Wright. It's been the subject of a lot of attention and debate, but recently, Dr. Wright applied for and received from the US Copyright Office copyright registrations for the original Bitcoin white paper and most of the early Bitcoin code, both of which he authored under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. This is important because the copyright registrations do carry legal weight. They're also another step in the journey and legal process that Dr. Wright is taking to prove he is Bitcoin's creator. Now, of course, these don't end the story, and there's much more to be written, so stay tuned. Meanwhile, Craig S. Wright, more than anyone else in the world, understands Bitcoin was created to massively scale so that it could power the world's electronic cash for billions of people and to be used as the global data ledger for the world's biggest enterprises and their applications. That is the Satoshi vision. That and the copyright registrations from Dr. Wright and his future vision deserve a huge Satoshi Shoutout. Well, that was a really eventful week in the history of Bitcoin SV. A new version of the client software, big blocks on the scaling test network, and copyright registrations for Dr. Craig S. Wright to the Bitcoin white paper and early Bitcoin code. We're seeing what Bitcoin was really born to be. There's always excitement as we continue the journey for Bitcoin SV to become the world's new money and global enterprise blockchain. I'm Jimmy Nguyen, and this is the Bitcoin Vision.